When I first started this parenting journey, I thought I was doing everything I was supposed to do. I read parenting books. I listened to advice from family and friends. I tried reward systems. I tried consequences. I tried being stricter. I tried being more patient. But no matter what I did, it often felt like nothing was working. Other families seemed to move through life with ease while our home felt like a constant struggle. I questioned myself. I wondered if I was failing as a parent. And honestly, there were days when I felt completely exhausted. Then, little by little, I started learning more about neurodivergence. I began to understand that many of the parenting strategies I had been taught weren't designed for the unique needs of neurodivergent children. Looking back now, there are 5 things I wish someone had told me from the very beginning. If you're parenting a neurodivergent child, I hope these lessons encourage you and help make your journey a little easier. Number 1. Your child isn't giving you a hard time. One of the biggest mindset shifts I ever experienced was realizing that my child wasn't giving me a hard time. My child was having a hard time. For a long time, I interpreted challenging behaviors as disobedience. I thought my child was choosing to ignore instructions, choosing not to cooperate, choosing to make life difficult. But what I eventually learned is that many behaviors are actually forms of communication. Sometimes a child is overwhelmed by sensory input. Sometimes they're struggling to process information. Sometimes they're emotionally overloaded and don't have the tools to regulate themselves. When we view behavior through that lens, our response changes. Instead of asking, "How do I stop this behavior?" we begin asking, "What is my child trying to communicate?" That single question can completely transform the way we parent. Number 2. Progress is often invisible. One of the hardest parts of parenting a neurodivergent child is feeling like you're not making progress. You work so hard, you practice the same skills, you repeat the same lessons, and sometimes it feels like nothing is changing. But here's what I wish I knew sooner. Progress isn't always obvious. Sometimes progress looks like a meltdown lasting 10 minutes instead of 30. Sometimes progress looks like your child asking for help instead of shutting down. Sometimes progress looks like one successful morning after 10 difficult ones. Small wins matter. In fact, they're often the foundation of bigger breakthroughs. When we focus only on major milestones, we miss the incredible growth happening right in front of us. Celebrate the small victories. They count more than you realize. Number 3. Comparison will steal your joy. I know how easy it is. You see another child the same age. Maybe they're doing things your child struggles with. Maybe they're more independent. Maybe social situations seem easier for them. And before you know it, you're comparing. I've done it too. But comparison is one of the quickest ways to create frustration, discouragement, and guilt. Every neurodivergent child has a unique path. Every child develops differently. Every family faces different challenges. The goal isn't for your child to become exactly like someone else's child. The goal is for your child to become the healthiest, happiest version of themselves. When we stop comparing and start appreciating our child's unique strengths, everything begins to feel a little lighter. Number 4. Connection comes before correction. This lesson changed everything for me. As parents, it's natural to want to correct behavior. We want to teach, guide, redirect, but many neurodivergent children need connection before they can receive correction. Think about it this way. When you're overwhelmed, stressed, or emotionally drained, are you ready to learn a lesson in that moment? Probably not. Children are no different. When a child feels safe, understood, and connected, they're far more likely to respond positively to guidance. That doesn't mean there are no boundaries. It doesn't mean there are no expectations. It simply means the relationship comes first. Correction is important, but connection creates the foundation that makes correction effective. Number 5. You do not have to be a perfect parent. This may be the lesson I wish I had learned first. For a long time, I believed I needed to have all the answers. I thought I needed to handle every situation perfectly. I felt guilty whenever I got frustrated. I felt guilty whenever I made mistakes. But here's the truth. There is no perfect parent. And your child does not need a perfect parent. Your child needs a parent who keeps learning. A parent who keeps showing up. A parent who apologizes when necessary. A parent who loves them through the difficult days and celebrates them during the good ones. You are going to make mistakes. We all do. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're human. And often, the most powerful thing we can teach our children is what growth looks like in real life. Conclusion. If you're parenting a neurodivergent child, I want to leave you with this. You are probably doing better than you think. The challenges are real, the exhaustion is real, the uncertainty is real, but so is your impact. Every time you choose patience, every time you choose understanding, every time you choose connection, you are building something meaningful. Parenting a neurodivergent child isn't about being perfect. It's about learning, adapting, and loving your child for exactly who they are. And if no one has told you this lately, I'm going to tell you now. You're not alone on this journey. Keep going. Your efforts matter, and your child notices more than you realize. If this video encouraged you, subscribe to Neurodivergent Parenting Hub for more support, practical strategies, and encouragement for parents raising neurodivergent children.